Do you feel stuck in relationships that drain your energy and steal your peace? Do you wonder why you keep attracting the same toxic people, even when you promise yourself that this time will be different? I understand that pain, and you're not alone in this journey. Thousands of hearts around the world carry this same weight, feeling trapped in cycles that seem impossible to break. In this video, you're going to discover the keys to freeing yourself from these toxic connections once and for all, and making space for relationships that truly nourish and uplift you. We're going to explore together Louise Hay's profound teachings on how to heal the wounds that make you attract these people, how to set boundaries with love and firmness, and how to transform your life through the power of forgiveness and self-love. And there's a special moment in this video where you'll be able to consolidate this new energy and join a community of souls who, just like you, are choosing healing and transformation. You deserve relationships that make you feel alive, valued, and loved. And I'm going to show you exactly how to create that reality for yourself. So take a deep breath, open your heart, and stay with me. Let's rewrite the script of your life together. Starting right now, this journey is going to change everything, and I'm so glad you're here. Asterisk, asterisk, what they reflect. Asterisk, asterisk. Have you ever stopped to think that the people around you might be reflecting something deep within you? Louise Hay taught us that every relationship is a mirror, showing parts of ourselves that need attention, healing, and love. When a connection becomes toxic, when it drains your energy and makes you feel small, it's a clear sign that something within your heart is asking to be seen. It's not about blame, it never was. It's about recognizing that you deserve relationships that nourish your soul, not empty it. And this awareness is the first step toward the emotional freedom you've been seeking. Think about Sarah, a 35-year-old woman who always found herself surrounded by friends who criticized her choices. She felt exhausted but couldn't understand why. Until one day, reflecting deeply, Sarah realized that she was her own biggest critic. The external voices were just echoing the internal voice that said she wasn't good enough. Louise Hay said that our external relationships are direct reflections of the relationship we have with ourselves. When Sarah began practicing self-compassion and treating herself with kindness, something magical happened. Toxic people naturally drifted away, and new loving connections emerged in her life. The truth is, you attract what you believe you deserve. If deep in your heart there's a belief that you're not worthy of love, respect, or kindness, you'll unconsciously allow people who confirm that belief to enter your life. But here's the liberating news. You have the power to change this. According to Louise Hay, when you begin to change your thoughts and nurture positive beliefs about yourself, the world around you transforms. I am worthy of love and respect. I deserve relationships that uplift and support me. Allow these words to resonate in your heart. Recognizing that a connection is toxic isn't an act of selfishness. It's an act of profound self-love. It's you telling the universe, I care about myself enough not to accept less than I deserve. Louise Hay always reminded us that taking care of yourself is the most loving thing you can do, not just for yourself, but for everyone around you. When you're filled with love and inner peace, you naturally radiate that to the world, and the people who truly matter, those who vibrate at the same frequency of love, will be drawn to you like bees to honey. So, dear soul, observe your relationships with gentle and honest eyes. Who's by your side makes you feel lighter or heavier? Who encourages you to shine or makes you doubt your light? These questions are invitations for a journey of self-discovery. And as you reflect on this, know that every step you take toward your well-being is a step toward the abundant and loving life you deserve. There's something even more powerful waiting for you. something that will help you transform these perceptions into concrete and liberating action. Asterisk, asterisk, releasing the stones, asterisk, asterisk, forgiveness is one of the most powerful tools you have for your emotional healing. Louise Hay used to say that holding resentment is like drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. When you cling to hurt, anger, or disappointment caused by toxic connections, you're actually keeping those people trapped inside your heart. And while they occupy that sacred space, there's no room for love, peace, and joy to enter. Forgiveness isn't about saying what happened was right or acceptable. It's about freeing yourself from the emotional prison you've been living in. Imagine carrying a heavy backpack full of stones. Each stone represents a hurt, a betrayal, a cruel word someone said. You carry this backpack every day, climbing mountains, crossing rivers, and you wonder why you're so tired. Forgiveness is the act of taking out those stones, one by one, and leaving them on the ground. Not for the person who hurt you, but for you. According to Louise Hay, forgiving is a gift you give yourself. It's the key that opens the door to your own freedom. And when you forgive, you're not saying you'll forget or blindly trust again. You're saying, I choose my peace above everything. Meet Emily's story, a woman who spent years trapped in a cycle of anger toward her mother. Their relationship was always difficult, full of criticism and impossible expectations. Emily felt she would never be good enough. She carried this pain like a weight on her chest, and it affected all her relationships. Until she discovered Louise Hay's work and began practicing forgiveness, Emily wrote a letter to her mother, not to send, but to release everything she felt. And then she looked in the mirror and said, I forgive you, Mom, and I forgive myself for carrying this pain for so long. I deserve peace and love. The tears came, but with them came a lightness she hadn't felt in years. Forgiveness also includes forgiving yourself. How many times have you blamed yourself for allowing someone to treat you badly? How many times have you judged yourself for not seeing the signs earlier? Louise Hay teaches us that self-criticism is one of the most destructive forms of toxicity because it comes from within. I forgive myself for not knowing what I didn't know before I learned. I am kind and compassionate with myself. Repeat this whenever the voice of guilt tries to pull you down. You did the best you could with the knowledge and resources you had at that moment. And now, you're learning and growing. Forgiveness doesn't happen overnight, and that's okay. It's a process, a journey you take at your own pace, with love and patience. Some days will be easier, others more challenging, but every time you choose to let go a little more, you're getting closer to the freest and most radiant version of yourself. And as you walk this journey of forgiveness, know that you're not alone. There's an entire community of souls who, just like you, are choosing healing and self-love. And speaking of that, if this video is touching your heart, if you're feeling like these words were made for you, I invite you to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell. Leave a like so more people can find this message of hope. And in the comments, tell me, what was the biggest revelation you had so far about forgiveness? Your story might inspire someone who needs to hear exactly that. Let's continue this journey together, because there's so much more to discover about how you can completely free yourself and embrace the life you deserve. Asterisk, asterisk, your secret garden, asterisk, asterisk, self-love is the foundation of everything. Louise Hay always said that when you truly love yourself, when you completely accept yourself, life becomes a reflection of that love. Toxic connections can only enter and remain in your life when there's an open door, and that door is usually the lack of self-love. When you don't value yourself, when you believe you don't deserve better, you accept crumbs of affection and settle for relationships that drain your energy. But here's the liberating truth. You are worthy of unconditional love, starting with the love you give yourself. And that love isn't selfishness, it's emotional and spiritual survival. Think of a garden. If you don't water the flowers, if you don't care for the soil, weeds will take over everything. Your heart is that garden, and self-love is the water that nourishes the most beautiful flowers. According to Louise Hay, caring for yourself with tenderness and attention is what allows you to fully bloom. That means saying no when something doesn't resonate with you. It means establishing clear boundaries. It means choosing activities and people that make you feel alive and valued. I love and approve of myself exactly as I am. I am enough. Let these words become your heart's mantra. Let me tell you about Jessica, a 42-year-old teacher who always put others' needs before her own. She said yes to everything, even when she was exhausted, because she was afraid of disappointing people. Jessica believed her value was in being useful, in being the person everyone could count on. But inside, she felt empty and resentful. When she discovered Louise Hay's teachings, something clicked. Jessica began practicing small acts of self-love, taking a relaxing bath, saying no without guilt, dedicating time to read a book she loved. And you know what happened? The people who truly loved her respected her boundaries, and those who only wanted to use her simply drifted away. Jessica realized she had always been enough, and that self-love didn't make her selfish, but rather more authentic and happy. Louise Hay teaches us that self-love begins with how you talk to yourself. How many times a day do you criticize yourself? How many times do you call yourself stupid, ugly, incapable? Those words have power, and they shape your reality. If you want to change your life, start by changing your internal dialogue. Every time you notice a negative thought about yourself, stop and replace it with something kind and true. Instead of "I always mess everything up," say "I'm learning and growing every day." Instead of "nobody loves me," say "I am loved," starting with myself. It might feel strange at first, but with practice, these new beliefs will root deeply within you. Cultivating self-love is a daily practice, not a final destination. It's waking up every day and choosing to treat yourself with the same compassion and kindness you would offer a beloved child. It's looking in the mirror and saying, "I love you," even when you don't feel perfect. It's honoring your needs, your feelings, and your boundaries without apologizing. And the more you practice, the stronger this love becomes, until it becomes unshakable. And when you're firmly rooted in this love, nothing and no one can knock you down. There are still more layers of this journey waiting for you, powerful practices that will help you protect this light you're cultivating within yourself. Asterisk, asterisk, where you invest, asterisk, asterisk, your energy is the most precious resource you have. Louise Hay taught us that we are energetic beings, and everything around us carries a vibration. The people you spend time with, the places you frequent, even the thoughts you feed, all of this affects your energy. Toxic connections are like energy vampires, sucking your vitality and leaving you exhausted and empty. But here's the power you have. You can consciously choose where and with whom you invest your energy. This choice isn't selfish, it's sacred. It's you recognizing that your inner peace is worth more than any relationship that diminishes you. Imagine you have an energy bank account. Every morning, you wake up with a full balance, ready for the day. Each interaction, each activity, each thought is a transaction. Some things deposit energy in you, an inspiring conversation, a walk in nature, a moment of gratitude. Other things withdraw energy, unnecessary arguments, people who constantly complain, negative environments. According to Louise Hay, when you become aware of these transactions, You can start making wiser choices about how to spend your energy. I choose to invest my energy in things and people that uplift me. I protect my peace with love and firmness. Let me tell you about Michael, a 38-year-old man who worked in an extremely toxic corporate environment. His boss was abusive, his colleagues were destructively competitive, and he came home every day feeling defeated. Michael knew he needed to change, but he was afraid. He began applying Louise Hay's principles in his life. First, he established energetic boundaries. He stopped taking work home, stopped responding to messages outside of hours, and began meditating every morning to protect his energy. Then, he started actively looking for a new job that aligned with his values. It took a few months, but Michael found a position at a company that valued employee well-being. His life transformed because he made the conscious choice to no longer allow his energy to be drained. Louise Hay used to say that you teach people how to treat you by how you treat yourself. When you allow someone to disrespect your time, your emotions, or your boundaries, you're sending a message that this is acceptable. But when you begin to honor your own energy, when you say no to what no longer serves you, you're establishing a new standard, and the people around you will notice. Some will respect and adjust, others will resist and eventually drift away. And both results are blessings, because you're creating space for healthier and more authentic relationships. I honor my energy and consciously choose how I use it. I deserve relationships that nourish me. Being conscious of your energy also means paying attention to how you feel after being with certain people. Do you feel inspired, light, and happy? Or do you feel drained, anxious, and heavy? Your body and your emotions are wise guides, and they'll always tell you the truth if you're willing to listen. Don't ignore these signals. If someone consistently leaves you feeling bad, no matter how much you try to rationalize or justify, it's time to reevaluate that connection. You don't need to be cruel or dramatic. Just gently begin to create distance and redirect your energy to where it's valued and reciprocated. And as you make these courageous choices, know that each decision brings you closer to the vibrant and peaceful life you're destined to live. There are still more practical tools that will help you keep this energy protected and flourishing. The river's banks, setting boundaries is one of the greatest acts of self-love you can practice. Louise Hay taught us that saying no to others often means saying yes to yourself. Many people believe that setting boundaries is being rude or insensitive, but the truth is exactly the opposite. Healthy boundaries are how you protect your emotional, mental, and spiritual well-being. They're the fences around your inner garden, ensuring that only what is nourishing and loving can enter. Without boundaries, you become vulnerable to being invaded, used, and depleted by toxic connections that don't respect your value. Think of boundaries like the banks of a river. Without banks, the water spreads out, loses its strength, and becomes a stagnant swamp. But with clear banks, the river flows with power, purpose, and beauty. You are that river, and your boundaries are what allow your energy to flow in a healthy and vibrant way. According to Louise Hay, when you set boundaries with clarity and love, you're telling the universe and the people around you, I respect myself and I expect you to respect me too. And that's not arrogance, it's dignity. I set healthy boundaries with love and firmness. I deserve to be treated with respect. Let me tell you about Rachel, a mother of 3 who was always the person everyone turned to when they needed something. Her sister would call at any hour asking for favors. Her friends expected her to always be available, and she could never say no. Rachel felt guilty just thinking about disappointing someone, but inside, she was falling apart. When she began studying Louise Hay's teachings, Rachel realized that her inability to set boundaries came from a deep belief that she only had value if she was useful to others. She started slowly, saying no to small things. I can't pick you up today, but I can tomorrow. I need some time for myself tonight. At first it was uncomfortable, but over time, Rachel realized that the people who truly loved her respected her boundaries, and she finally had space to breathe and take care of herself. Louise Hay used to say that you don't need to over-justify yourself when you set a boundary. A simple "I can't" or "that doesn't work for me" is enough. You don't owe a detailed explanation for every decision you make about your own life. When you start over-justifying, you open space for negotiation and manipulation. Be kind, but be firm. You can say no with love in your heart, without guilt or aggression. And if someone reacts badly to your boundaries, that says much more about them than about you. Healthy people respect healthy boundaries. Those who resist or try to make you feel guilty are exactly the people you need to protect yourself from. Setting boundaries also means honoring your own internal limits. This includes knowing when you need time alone, when you need to rest, when you need to say no to more commitments even if they seem good. Your body and mind have natural limits, and ignoring them leads to burnout and resentment. Louise Hay reminds us that taking care of yourself isn't a luxury, it's a necessity. When you're full, rested, and at peace, you have so much more to offer the world. But when you're empty and exhausted, you serve no one, not even yourself. So, practice setting boundaries with kindness, starting today. And as you do this, you'll notice that your life becomes lighter, more authentic, and infinitely more joyful. And there are still more layers of healing waiting for you. Practices that will help you understand where these difficulties come from and how to completely transform them. Asterisk, asterisk, the forgotten child, asterisk, asterisk. You might be wondering, but why did I attract these toxic people? The answer, according to Louise Hay, is often rooted in your childhood. She taught us that the inner child is the part of you that carries all the wounds, beliefs, and emotional patterns that were formed in your early years of life. If you grew up in an environment where you didn't feel loved, valued, or safe, that inner child still carries those wounds, and unconsciously, you recreate those patterns in your adult relationships, attracting people who reinforce those old beliefs that you're not enough or don't deserve love. Imagine that inside you there's a small child sitting in a dark corner, waiting to be seen, heard, and loved. She carries all the memories of when you were rejected, criticized, or ignored. That child still believes the messages she received. You're not important. Your needs don't matter. You need to be perfect to be loved. According to Louise Hay, until you heal that inner child, you'll continue attracting relationships that reflect those wounds. But the good news is that you have the power to become the loving mother or father that child always needed. I heal my inner child with love and compassion. I am safe and loved. Let me tell you about Amanda, a 33-year-old woman who always found herself in relationships where she was neglected and undervalued. She couldn't understand why she always chose emotionally unavailable partners. When Amanda began working with Louise Hay's teachings, she did a powerful exercise. She looked at a photo of herself as a child and asked, "What did you need that you didn't receive?" The tears came instantly. Amanda realized that her parents, although they loved her, were always too busy to really see her. She learned that her needs weren't important. So, Amanda began talking to her inner child every day, saying, "I see you. You are important. Your needs matter." And something magical happened. She began attracting people who truly valued and saw her. Louise Hay teaches us that healing the inner child involves recognizing the wounds, validating the feelings, and offering the unconditional love that was missing. This doesn't mean blaming your parents or caregivers. They did the best they could with what they knew. But now, as an adult, you have the responsibility and the power to reparent yourself. You can give yourself the acceptance, encouragement, and love that child needed. When you do this, toxic patterns begin to dissolve because you're no longer operating from that wounded place. You're operating from a place of wholeness and love. A powerful exercise that Louise Hay suggested is writing a letter to your inner child. Tell her everything she needed to hear when she was little. Say that she is loved, that she is enough, that her needs matter, that she doesn't need to be perfect to be worthy of love. And then, read that letter out loud, looking at a photo of yourself as a child. Let the tears come, let the healing happen. This is one of the deepest and most transformative work you can do. And as you heal your inner child, you'll notice that toxic connections lose their power over you because you're no longer operating from that place of lack and wound. You're operating from a place of love, wholeness, and strength. And there are still more powerful tools that will help you solidify this healing and create a new reality for yourself. Words that heal affirmations are one of the most powerful tools that Louise Hay left us as a legacy. She deeply believed that the words you repeat to yourself shape your reality. Your thoughts create your feelings create your actions, and your actions create your life. If you want to change your relationships, you need to start by changing the beliefs you have about yourself and what you deserve. Affirmations are seeds of love that you plant in your inner garden, and with care and repetition, they blossom into a new reality full of healthy and nourishing connections. Think of affirmations as mental reprogramming. For years, maybe decades, you've fed negative beliefs about yourself. I'm not good enough. Nobody truly loves me. I always choose the wrong people. These beliefs have become so automatic that you don't even notice you're thinking them. According to Louise Hay, you can replace these limiting beliefs with positive and powerful affirmations. At first, it might feel strange or even false, but with consistent repetition, these new beliefs begin to root deeply in your subconscious mind. I attract loving and healthy relationships. I deserve to be treated with respect and care. Let me tell you about Daniel, a 45-year-old man who spent his entire life feeling invisible. He was always the friend everyone turned to when they needed something, but no one seemed to care about him when he needed help. Daniel felt used and resentful, but didn't know how to change it. When he discovered Louise Hay's affirmations, he began practicing every day. In the morning, looking at himself in the mirror, he would say, "I am seen, valued, and loved. I attract people who respect and appreciate me." At first, he didn't believe the words, but he continued anyway. After a few weeks, something began to change. Daniel noticed he was behaving differently, setting boundaries he had never set before, and the people around him began responding differently to me. He was finally attracting the nourishing connections he had always desired. Louise Hay teaches us that affirmations work best when you say them out loud, looking into your own eyes in the mirror. This can be uncomfortable at first, especially if you're not used to looking at yourself with love. But that discomfort is exactly where healing happens. When you look into your eyes and say, "I love you," you're breaking years of self-criticism and rejection. You're telling your soul, "You matter. You are worthy." Some powerful affirmations for healthy relationships include, "I release all toxic connections with love and ease. I am surrounded by people who support and uplift me. I trust myself to choose healthy relationships. Choose the ones that resonate most with you and repeat them daily. Consistency is key. Louise Hay always said that you can't expect an affirmation to work if you say it once and then go back to old patterns of negative thinking. It's like planting a seed and then trampling the soil every day. You need to nurture these new beliefs with loving and patient repetition. Write your affirmations on sticky notes and place them around your house. Say them while driving, while showering, before sleeping. Let them become the soundtrack of your mind. And as you do this, you'll notice that your life begins to reflect these new beliefs. Toxic people naturally drift away, and new loving connections appear. You're not just changing your thoughts, you're changing your entire life. And there's still one more layer of this journey, one that will show you how to open your heart to the blessings that are waiting for you. Asterisk, asterisk, doors of the heart, asterisk, asterisk, after all the work of healing, forgiveness, and setting boundaries, the most beautiful moment arrives, opening your heart to new connections of love. Louise Hay taught us that when you clear your inner garden of toxic weeds, you create space for beautiful flowers to bloom. But many people, after being hurt, build walls so high around their hearts that not even true love can enter. Healing isn't about closing yourself off to the world. It's about opening yourself consciously and wisely, knowing that you now have the tools to recognize and attract relationships that nourish and uplift you. Opening yourself to new connections doesn't mean letting your guard down or ignoring warning signs. It means trusting yourself enough to know that you can discern what's healthy from what's not. According to Louise Hay, when you're rooted in self-love, when you know your worth, you naturally attract people who vibrate at the same frequency. You no longer need to settle for crumbs or try to fix broken people. You're ready to receive the abundant and genuine love you've always deserved. I am open to receiving healthy and nourishing love. I attract people who see me, value me, and respect me. Let me tell you about Lisa, a 50-year-old woman who went through a painful divorce after 20 years of marriage. She felt betrayed, broken, and convinced she could never trust anyone again. Lisa built walls around her heart and isolated herself. But after working with Louise Hay's teachings, she realized she was punishing herself for someone else's behavior. Lisa began practicing affirmations, healing her inner child, and setting healthy boundaries. And then, gently, she began opening up again. She joined a walking group, started attending community events, and allowed new friendships to blossom. And you know what happened? Lisa met wonderful people who supported her, inspired her, and made her laugh. She realized that love was everywhere, waiting for her to open up to receive it. Louise Hay used to say that the universe is always conspiring in your favor, but you need to be open to receive the blessings. That means saying yes to invitations, even when you're nervous. It means allowing people to truly know you, showing your authentic vulnerability. It means believing that you deserve deep and meaningful connections. When you close yourself off out of fear, you're not just blocking pain, you're blocking joy, love, and all the wonderful experiences life has to offer. Opening up is an act of courage, but it's also an act of faith in yourself and in the goodness of the universe. And as you open yourself to new connections, remember that you're no longer operating from that wounded and needy place. You're operating from a place of wholeness, self-love, and wisdom. You know what you deserve, you know your boundaries, and you trust yourself to honor them. The new people who enter your life will meet the most authentic, strong, and loving version of you. And these connections will be different from anything you've experienced before, because they'll be based on mutual respect, genuine support, and unconditional love. Louise Hay always reminded us that you are worthy of love, starting with the love you give yourself, And when you truly believe that, the whole world opens up to you in ways you never imagined possible. Your healing journey is blossoming. And there's still a special practice that will help you consolidate all of this and begin experiencing this transformation tangibly in your daily life. *** your healing moment, *** mirror exercise, loving dialogue with your true self. This is a deeply transformative exercise that Louise Hay practiced and taught with all her heart. It's simple, but incredibly powerful. You'll need just a few minutes of your day, a mirror, and the willingness to meet the most important person in your life, yourself. How to do it? Find a quiet moment in your day, preferably in the morning or before bed. Go to a mirror where you can see your face clearly. Take 3 deep breaths, allowing your body to relax and your mind to calm. Look directly into your own eyes. Don't look away. Even if it's uncomfortable at first, place your hand over your heart and feel the connection with yourself. Now, say out loud, with all the sincerity you can gather, "I love you. I truly love you and accept you exactly as you are." Repeat this 3 times, maintaining eye contact with yourself. Next, say these affirmations one at a time, allowing each word to penetrate deeply into your heart. I release all toxic connections with love and ease. I deserve relationships that nourish and uplift me. I set healthy boundaries with love and firmness. I forgive myself and others, and I choose peace. I am open to receiving genuine and abundant love. After saying each affirmation, take a deep breath and observe how you feel. Don't judge, just observe. If tears come, let them flow. They're part of the healing. Do this exercise every day for 21 days. Louise Hay believed it takes about 21 days to begin reprogramming a deep belief. Write in a journal how you feel each day. You'll notice subtle but powerful changes in how you see yourself and how you allow others to treat you. This exercise is a gift of love you give yourself. It's the beginning of a new relationship with the person who will be with you forever. You. ***, the journey continues, ***. Dear soul, you made it here, and that alone is already a victory. Every insight you received, every reflection that touched your heart, every moment of recognition is a seed of transformation planted in your inner garden. Now, it's time to water those seeds with love, patience, and gentle action. Remember that healing isn't a race, it's a journey you take at your own pace. With compassion for yourself every step of the way. Practice the mirror exercise, repeat your affirmations, set your boundaries with kindness, and trust that you're exactly where you need to be. You are worthy of love, peace, and relationships that uplift you. And the more you believe that, the more your life transforms to reflect that truth. I believe in you, and I know you're ready to embrace the abundant and loving life you've always deserved. Go with love, go with light, and know that you're never alone on this journey.